today. It's a beautiful day for high school baseball, and we've got a good one for you with the Harrah Panthers visiting to play your Heritage Hall Chargers. And both teams are undefeated in district play, so this promises to be a big game. It should be entertaining. Lots to talk about today as the season is in full swing here in mid-April. Our feature player today will be the man on the bump today for the Chargers, and that would be sophomore Jackson Jobe. Pitching-wise, Jackson has had a great start to the season. He's pitched 14 innings, 2-0 in his decisions, just one earned run given up so far this year. So obviously Jackson's been a great addition to our athletic program here at Heritage Hall. Finished up the year as the starting quarterback for the state champion football team, and kind of got it going on as far as an athlete here at Heritage Hall. Nice kid. So not only is Jackson going to be on the bump today, he will be hitting a 3-hole. Again, just a sophomore. Young lineup for the Chargers today. 396 batting average does Jackson come in with, and leads the team in slugging with a 688 slugging percentage and 48 at-bats, 19 hits. So really great start for this young player for Heritage Hall. Be the 3-hole man and be on the mound today for the Chargers. Weather's been a bit of a winter here so far this spring, but certainly not a problem today, not a cloud in the sky as we have a great day to play. But rain has hurt some of our district play. We are 5-0 in district, and the Panthers come in with a 19-2 record, 8-0 in district, and obviously that's because some rainouts we've had to endure, and the Panthers have gotten a few more games in. So again, great day to be a Charger here and watching baseball. If you can get out, please come see us. It's about 80 degrees and not a breath of wind, so it's a great day to see some baseball. We'll be right back with the lineups as we get closer to the first pitch at 5 o'clock here at Stadium 11. We'll be right back.
When you walk into Fuzzy's Taco Shop, you'll know you're in the right place. With the best Baja-style menu in town, we'll have the whole family addicted. Order up. Nachos, tacos, burritos, it doesn't matter. It's like an explosion of flavor in your mouth. We know you've had a long day, and you deserve a break. So, bring the crew to one of the Fuzzy's Taco Shop locations in Norman, Oklahoma City, or Stillwater. Welcome to your new addiction. Eat me.
The world's finest automobiles, featured at Oklahoma City's finest dealership, Mercedes-Benz of Oklahoma City. During the grand opening event, lease a new 2018 Mercedes-Benz GLC 300 SUV for $459 a month. Mercedes-Benz luxury in a new location. It's the grandest of openings.
Hi, I'm Todd Bondy, operating partner at Mercedes-Benz of Oklahoma City, and I'd like to personally invite you to the grand opening of our brand new state-of-the-art facility in Edmond off the Broadway Extension.
Welcome back to Stadium 11, baseball fans. Mercedes-Benz of Oklahoma City keys to victory today. Pitch to contact. In other words, let's put the ball in play. We don't want to walk people, but put the ball in play. Amplify the team intensity. That sometimes can be a problem or something that you search for a bit when you have a really young lineup, as the Chargers have right now, which is a credit to those young boys that are starting. But when you have sophomores and a couple of freshmen in the lineup, those are things that you learn, and it's invaluable for these young guys to be getting on the mound at the varsity level and on the diamond at this stage of their career. And it's a credit to them. The Chargers 11-6 and undefeated in district. So the present and the future very bright for the Chargers as we get ready for a big district game versus the Harrah Panthers. Unfortunately, a little bit of an injury report. Not much. Colby Lewis, really great player, just a sophomore, caught a lot last year and played just about every inning, actually hit cleanup at the end of the year. Says it will play, but he has a strained throwing arm, so he will not be defensively, will not play, according to coach. And I talked to Colby myself actually today, and just nursing some elbow issues right now. Range Faulkner will play, has shin splints, but will play. So no major injuries right now for the Chargers, and full go except for Colby, it looks to me like. Again, sometimes baseball, you got to play it in a smooth way. You can't yell and scream. It's not football, but amplifying the intensity is still something important to do as you play this game. And like we said, with young guys, sometimes you search for the leaders. You search for who's going to push for that, but there's not like anything else. You've got to play hard all the time. Good at bats, good defensive at bats, get the ball in play. Talking to Coach Seymour, that's a big part of what's on his mind today. That will be a key to his team. Harrah Panthers, 2 very good starting pitchers. Good coach at Harrah, very sound, and they have good at bats. Coach Charles Copeland does a great job for the Panthers. Good solid baseball program at Harrah. Obviously, off to an incredible start this year. The Panthers are 18-2. As you know, district play, unless there's something different going on or some weather issues, Mondays and Tuesdays are district play. We'll play Monday at one locale and then switch venues and play at the other team's home yard the next day. So obviously today here at Heritage, and then tomorrow the Chargers will get on the road and head east to Harrah. They will take on the Panthers. So this is a very big game. This is a big series. I heard Coach Copeland tell his team, you can't lose the series today, and you can't win the series today. So the next game up is most important. Great advice for any coach to give his team. Looking at some recent games of note, one like opponent, Ada Cougars, taken on the chin by Harrah and Heritage Hall. Ada, back in March, run-ruled the Cougars 11-0. Chargers got a big win over the Cougars 7-4 in the Murray County shootout that the Chargers were undefeated in. Really had a good weekend down there in the Sulphur Davis area. We're going to take a quick break, and then when we get back, we're going to look at the lineups for both teams and defensively. And we'll be right back to Charger Stadium at Stadium 11.
It's truck trading time at Joe Cooper Ford. That means you can trade the keys to your old truck for the keys to a new F-150, lower your monthly payment, and make no payment for 90 days. You can do that? Yes, you can. Joe outsells other Ford dealers by 2 to 1 because he always has the lowest prices. And in fact, Joe guarantees to beat any other Ford dealer's price by at least $500, or he'll give you $10,000 cash. And with 3 locations, Joe has 3 times the selection to choose from. Who loves you, Oklahoma?
Come see us at Joe Cooper Ford.
Welcome back to Stadium 11, where again we have this Steve Chard, an old man. I'm an 88 grad of Heritage Hall, and glad to be bringing you the game today on Charger Vision, led by the great Luke Steelman. Got his crew out here, and a great day, and going to bring you the ball game. Let's look at the defensive lineup for the Chargers. I think we may have that on there. You go. It's just ESPN doesn't have anything on us. Going around the horn. In left field today will be Jake LaForce, senior. Center fielder is senior Max Hardberger. In right field we have junior Range Faulkner. Going around the diamond, behind the dish, Mart Smith will be handling the catching duties, senior. Nick Keith will be at third base, freshman. Junior Landry Kyle will be at shortstop. Freshman Gannon Allen at second base. And sophomore Bowen Bridges will be at first base. And as mentioned before, on the bump today will be Jackson Jobe. So good solid lineup for the Chargers. As you notice, some young guys in there, and having coached those young boys last year and their successful middle school years, really good players, and there's several middle school or ninth graders that contribute. As if you've been following the Chargers, not only those 2 guys, but I think I lost you guys. I'm out. I'm not connected. Luke, am I on? I don't hear you. Okay, sorry folks. I thought I had lost connection there. The magic of the headphones had gone away. Obviously the Chargers will be in the field first as the home team. Harrah lineup today. At second base, leading off will be Ravino. Playing third base and batting second, Brian Byers. On the bump today for the Panthers will be, and hitting third, Tyler DeLong. Number 12, Damon Foster, center fielder, will handle the cleanup duties. Shea Morrison will be at first base, number 14. Garrett Ravino will be the shortstop, number 22. Michael Halferty will be handling the catching, number 24. Gage Ravino will be DHing. Colby Wisniewski will be in left field. And in right field will be Brant Sherrill, number 11. Both teams today will have a DH. The batting order for the Chargers, Range Faulkner will be leading it off, playing right field, followed by Jake LaForce. Jackson Joe will be in the 3-hole. Cleanup duty for the Chargers will be catcher Mart Smith. Center fielder Max Hardberger will be in be handling batting fifth. Landry Kyle will be at shortstop, followed by first baseman Bowen Bridges. DHing today, sophomore Davis Duncan, number 23, and at second base, number 28, Gannon Allen, freshman. So Nick Keith is a freshman, Gannon Allen is a freshman, Davis Duncan is a sophomore, Bowen's a sophomore, Jackson Jobe is a sophomore. So very young lineup, and great experience for these guys, and this is a great opportunity to continue our undefeated status in district. Again, Panthers come in with a sparkling 18-2 record. Always good spirited games with the Panthers in all sports. And if you would, we're going to stand and, as I'm going to stand and remove my hat for the national anthem. All right, so it's about first pitch time here at Stadium 11. Got about an 80-degree day with a slight north breeze. Absolutely perfect conditions for some hard ball. As we mentioned, Jackson Jobe on the bump as he starts his warm-up tosses. As always, the Coach Seymour and the crew and his crew have the stadium and the field looking wonderful. Had this good rain, so we've had grasses popped and we're green, and it's in mid-season form here. Love the turf outline that they put behind the dish here with the H on it. Mark Adams and some of the men last year made that happen. It's a great new look for the Chargers that was put in middle of last year. Haven't done a lot of umpiring in my life. This is that game you're glad they give you. You get your schedule and you say, hey, all right, I got an undefeated district matchup at Heritage Hall. So not only is that a great game, but most likely these guys are city guys, and they didn't have to drive very far today either, so that's good. You know, both fellas, good guys calling the balls and strikes and in the field today. We'll have good officiating as a game like this warrants. The book on Jobe. like we said, 2-0, has only given up one earned run so far this season. I have not seen Jackson pitch, so I'm excited, and along with you folks, to see what this young sophomore can do. Gavin Ravine will lead things off for the Panthers. Will step in from the left side, the Panther third baseman. And first pitch is fouled back, strike one. Great start for Jackson Jobe. That's up and in for ball one. 1-1 the count to Ravine. There's a couple of Ravines, so we better say Gavin. Right in there for strike two. Jackson Jobe quickly ahead in the count, 1-2 to Ravine. Swing and a miss at a curveball. Unfortunately, he's good speed there by Ravine, and he beats it out, as that was a nasty curveball that he swung and missed, but it got to the backstop. And I don't think anyone at fault there. That happens at all levels. Mark Smith, being the kind of young man he is, would say I should have had it, but that was a tough one. So a strikeout, but a man on first, as Brian Byers, center fielder, third baseman, steps in. Gavin Ravine, second base. This is Brian Byers, who will play third base. Conservative lead at first. Just up and in for ball one to Byers. Inching towards second. And there he goes. Runner goes. Pitch is low and away, and that's a tough pitch to handle, to throw someone out on, and that would be ball two on Byers. So Gavin Ravine in scoring position with no outs for the Panthers and a 2-0 count to Brian Byers. Right in there, fastball for strike one. Count goes to 3-1 to Byers. As Jobe steps off, Mark Smith's going to head out and have a quick word with Jackson. Okay, set the action 3-1 to the Panther third baseman Brian Byers. No outs here in the top of the first. That's chopped to first, and it's going to be just foul. Nice velocity there by Jackson Jobe, as that Byers was pretty tardy on that swing. Maybe not seeing the signals, because that's the second consecutive pitch Mart has visited with Jackson Jobe. I need to paint those fingernails white. Great day. It's brought out a lot of friendly faces to the ballpark. If you're in the vicinity, come on by. Enjoy some baseball. Just missed on the outside corner. So a strikeout and a walk, unfortunately, leads to men on first and second here with no outs. Tyler DeLong, the pitcher, will step in from the left side for the Panthers, again with one man in scoring position and no outs here. Jobe from the stretch drops in a curveball for strike one. Infield fly is in order. Well, it was a high fastball, but I don't know that it was that close to hitting anybody. 1-1 the count to the Panther pitcher, Tyler DeLong. Off speed again, drops in there. Nice pitch. 2 strikes the count on DeLong. 1 and 2, excuse me. Good velocity again from Job as that one's fouled off to the third base side. Count remains 1 and 2. He's out. The batter's out. First base being occupied with less than 2. So great job there by Jackson Job to get the first out recorded of the inning. Second strikeout of the game. For Jackson. Damon Foster, the cleanup hitter and center fielder for the Panthers, steps in. 1 out, men on first and second for the Panthers. That's outside for ball 1. Outfielders straight away for the Chargers. Nick Keith a little bit close to the bag, obviously. Try to prevent any extra base hits. Right in there for strike 1. The count goes to 2-1 to the Panther cleanup hitter, Damon Foster. Job whirls and gets the runners back. Good action from the Panther dugout. That's hit hard to the right side and gets through for a base hit. That's an RBI single for Damon Foster as Gavin Ravine comes around and scores. So 1 down and 1 pushed across so far for the Panthers. And in steps the big first baseman for the Panthers, Shea Morrison, number 14 again, third batter to hit from the left side. It's right in there for strike 1. Nothing better than strike 1 to start a batter. And that's fouled back quickly. 0-2 to Shea Morrison. Guessing off speed here maybe. And it is, and he a little out front of it. Good pitch there. Landry Kyle calls off Gannon Allen and records the out. Good job there by Jackson Job, changing it up, getting a weak pop fly to record out number 2, top of the first.
Now batting number 22,
Garrett Ravine will step in shortstop for the Panthers. That's upstairs for ball 1. Inside for ball 2 to the Panther shortstop. Another curveball in there by Jackson Jobe for strike one. Count 2-1 to Gage Ravine. Changed up the pace right there. Did Jackson. Came home rather quickly that time. Good job. He did pause. Good pitch. 2-2 now to Ravine. There goes the runner at first. And that's to shortstop, backhanded by Kyle. And as you can see, unfortunately, couldn't quite handle the short hop throw. Bowen Bridges, which allows a run to cross for the Panthers, excuse me. Stepping in for the Panthers will be the catcher, number 24, Michael Hafferty. So first and second, first pitch popped up to the first baseman, Bowen Bridges, who does collect it to retire the side. So through the first half, 1 hit, 2 runs, and 2 left on for the Panthers, and 1 error for the Chargers. We're going to stay right here. Like most things around Heritage Hall, it takes teamwork to get it done, and we do a great job of that here. And Charger Vision wouldn't happen, first of all, without Luke Steelman. I want to mention that first and foremost. But we do have several sponsors that help financially make this thing happen. Quail Creek Bank, thank you, Quail Creek Bank, for supporting us again this year. It's your connection to better banking, www.quailcreek.bank, member FDIC. And also, Charger Vision would like to thank our venue catering that provides all the meals here at Heritage Hall for the kids and for their continued support. They take amazing care of our students every day at lunch and serves the state's best gourmet concessions. And if you haven't seen that, it's no doubt is true. Derek and the guys do a great job at venue catering. Staying right here in the action on the hill, as we mentioned, for the Panthers will be Tyler DeLong. He did hit from the left side, but he's going to throw it from the right side. Tall young man. The lineup for the Chargers leading off will be right fielder Range Faulkner. As we mentioned, in left field, Jake LaForce. In the 3-hole will be the pitcher Jackson Jobe. And batting cleanup today will be the senior catcher Mart Smith. In center field, senior Max Hardberger. The shortstop will be Landry Kyle. At first base, Bowen Bridges. DHing today for the Chargers, sophomore Davis Duncan. And hitting ninth will be second baseman Gannon Allen, freshman. So in steps Faulkner for the Chargers. Range at a 375 clip this year in 32 at-bats. Off to a great start. And quickly, the count 2-0 to the Charger leadoff. Good healthy cut there for strike one to Range Faulkner, count 2-1. Swing and a miss there. The count even at 2-2. So as we talked in the pregame, I'm shorting up, put it in play here, certainly as the leadoff. Really solid pitch there to retire Faulkner. A little movement on it there and just out of the zone. Good pitch for strike 3. So 1 down. Senior left fielder Jake LaForce will step in. Jake at .333 for the year and 39 at-bats. 13 hits. Jake, several of our really good all-around athletes, is a key contributor to our state runner-up basketball team. Plays a lot of positions for the Chargers. And the count goes to 1-1 with the 58-footer. That's down as well for ball 2. Count 2-1 to the Charger left fielder. Swing and a miss there from Jake. The count evens at 2-2. Great crowd trickling in for this district showdown, as LaForce is retired on an 0-2 a curveball. Swing and a miss for strike 3. So a really good start for Tyler DeLong today for the Panthers, striking out his first 2 batters. Stepping in pitcher, Jackson Job. Again, we mentioned the leading slugger for the Chargers. Swings and a miss for strike 1. Jackson comes in with an average of .396, as we said, and a .688 slugging percentage, so he's hitting for some power. On these early spring days, when it gets to 80, it feels warm, and the kids are noticing. Beautiful day to play. That's down and away for ball 1. That's down and away also for ball 2. Like we mentioned, multi-sport guys. Jackson, starting quarterback for the state champion Heritage Hall Charger football team. He hits that hard to the second baseman. Comes up on him, but really good job by Gavin Ravine staying with that, not getting rushed, and retiring Jackson Job on a hard hit ball, knowing he had time. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back at Stadium 11 for second inning action. Welcome back, baseball fans, to Stadium 11, where the Panthers put 2 on the board in the top of the first. Chargers were retired in order in the bottom of the inning. But Jackson Job pitched very well. No reason to think that won't continue. Leading it off in the second for the Panthers will be Gage Ravine. The DH, and that's a swing and a miss for quickly 0-1 count. 1-1 count to Ravine. That's upstairs for ball 2. Swing and a miss. Count evens at 2-2 to the Panther DH. And time called. Always appreciate how the high school boys play. They not so much check swing by the DH. Right back, come back to the Job, who flips it to first base to record the first out of the inning. Colby Wisniewski stepping in. Panther right fielder, as he looks at ball one, lower inside. Right in there. Great pitch there. Hard to hit that one. As the count evens at 1-1 to Wisniewski. Swing and a miss for strike two quickly. 1-2 now to the Panther right fielder. That's fouled off to the left side by Wisniewski off the roof of the Stevenson Fieldhouse, named in honor of the great Colonel Charles Stevenson. That's strike three, check swing, good job by Mart. Keeping that in front of him and calmly throwing him out for the second out of the inning quickly. Good start by Job here in the second. And we are back to the top of the lineup for the Panthers. Second baseman Gavin Ravine steps in again from the left side with two down here in the second inning. That's off speed there for strike one, curveball. Another curveball that misses. Count 1-1. That's down for ball two. 2-1 the count to the Panther leadoff, Gavin Ravine. Hit to the second baseman. Nice job by Gannon Allen. Head down, glove down, butt down. An easy 4-3 put out. And a clean 3-up, 3-down inning for Jackson Job. We'll stay right here at Stadium 11. Like we said, it takes a lot of people to make Charger Vision happen, starting with Luke Steelman, but our other sponsors include Fuzzy's Taco Shop. There's no better game day restaurant, fresh, fast, and fun. Stop in Chisholm Creek after the game or visit one of their other locations in Edmond, Bricktown, Norman, and Stillwater, and now open in Moore. Fuzzy's, welcome to your new addiction. Be a great night after the ball game to go a mile north and hit Fuzzy's for a sit on the patio and have a taco. Perfect night for that. We've all been to Fuzzy's. Extra special thanks to one of our most exciting sponsors, Heyday Entertainment. It's jam-packed with family fun, a bi-level laser tag arena with bridges and ramps, mini golf, ropes course, arcade, and pizza. Of course, pizza. Visit them in Lower Bricktown or Norman and watch the game in the Heyday way. Heyday's fun. I used to take my kids there, a little younger. I love the pace of the high school game. You're in and out, 5 pitches, and ready to get after it here in the bottom of the second. Will be our cleanup hitter, Mart Smith. Our catcher, senior, student body president, Mart Smith stepping in for the Chargers. That's out for ball one. Mart hitting .318 so far this season in 44 at-bats. There's a swing and a miss. Deceiving velocity from Tyler DeLong today with a little bit of a, I don't know if you want to call that a hiccup, but he pauses that ball at the top that I think once through the lineup that will help our players to have seen it one time. It is a little bit unorthodox, and it could affect the timing just a bit with the delivery of DeLong today. As you can see, he hides that ball just a hair behind his shoulder before delivery. For you old people out there, reminds me of when I would see Rick Sutcliffe hide that ball back just a bit, and there's a 4-pitch walk to Mart. As always, he's hustling down to first. I don't know if we'll courtesy run for him or not. Looks like we will. There you go, and that's Colby Lewis. Again, with arm problems, but Colby can scoot. Really good baseball player. Unfortunate he's not in the lineup, but I'm glad he's going to courtesy run for us. Get Mart back in that dugout and put the gear on. So leadoff walk. Hopefully take advantage of that. Max Hardberger will step in for the Chargers. Center fielder Max. Quick throw to first, safe. A little deep over there for the umpire to see that, but Max squares the bunt. Max runs very well, but obviously with nobody out and a 2-run deficit, we need runners in scoring position. Was talking to Max the other day. He's definitely been in the weight room since last season. A strong young man. Certainly will help him on the diamond. Healthy lead and back. Now the ball is dropped by the first baseman, but they're still going to get him as he caught Colby leaning. And no panic by the first baseman there. Stood up and makes what is a difficult throw with the runner in your sight lines, but puts it right on him. And Colby tagged out easily. So leadoff walk erased. Count 0-1 to Max center fielder Max Hardberger. That's upstairs for ball one. Good off speed there from DeLong for strike two. 1-2 to count to Max. It's outside. Good 1-2 pitch from DeLong. 2-2 the count. Yep. Max strikes out on an off speed out of the zone. Fooled just a bit there. Good job by the Panther catcher to hang right with that one, tag him out. So 2 down here for the Panthers and pitcher Tyler DeLong. Stepping in for the Chargers, shortstop Landry Kyle. As he hammers it to right field down the line, that's fair. Going to drop in for a base hit. First pitch swinging for Landry Kyle, and he hammers it into right field for the Chargers' first hit of the game. Stepping in for the Chargers will be first baseman, sophomore Bowen Bridges. Landry, a good solid player, one of our veterans, even though he's just a junior. Conservative lead by Kyle at first. That's just outside for ball one to Bowen Bridges. Warm day at Stadium 11. Like we said, if you're around, it's a good evening to watch some baseball. Throw to first. Kyle back safely. Fooled there in a late swing by Bowen. Count 1-1. Another throw to first. Kyle back safely. Fouled back by Bowen. Stays alive. Count 1-2. The long come set. Just missed. Up and out just a hair. Count goes even at 2-2 to the Charger first baseman. Again, throw over. Landry Kyle back safely. Full count. Fought off a curveball there by Bowen. Obviously, Landry will be off on delivery here. 3-2 and 2 outs. Just past the pitcher, and he can't handle it. Well, that's a great example of what Coach Seymour was talking about. Let's get the ball in play and see what happens, because if you don't force him to make a play, it makes it too easy. So, hey, good at bat there by Bowen Bridges, fighting off a couple, putting it in play, and you just don't know what will happen. And second baseman couldn't quite handle it, so we are in business. Runners on first and second here. Sophomore Davis Duncan, the Charger DH, stepping in with Landry Kyle in scoring position. Swing and a miss from Duncan there. Strike one. Off the handle, dribbled to first base. Good hustle by Davis, but easy put out for the Harrah first baseman to retire the side. So one hit and 2 left on for the Chargers here in the bottom of the second. But good to see the Chargers put the ball in play. We'll be right back with third inning action here. The score, Harrah 2, your Heritage Hall Chargers 0.
When you walk into Fuzzy's Taco Shop, you'll know you're in the right place. With the best Baja-style menu in town, we'll have the whole family addicted. Order up. Nachos, tacos, burritos, it doesn't matter. It's like an explosion of flavor in your mouth. We know you've had a long day, and you deserve a break. So, bring the crew to one of the Fuzzy's Taco Shop locations in Norman, Oklahoma City, or Stillwater. Welcome to your new addiction. Eat.
Welcome back to Stadium 11. We start third inning action. Harrah Panthers up 2-0 on your Heritage Hall Chargers. Jackson Jobes pitched well. Just one hit, 1 earned run, 1 unearned run today, as explains the 2-0 lead for the Panthers. Brian Byers steps in, who does have the lone hit for the Panthers so far today, as he strike one, quickly the count. Job leaves that outside, 1-1 the count. To the Panther third baseman, Brian Byers. Just missed there. Count goes to 2-1 to Byers. Foul tipped into the glove. Nice pitch there. 2-2 the count now to Byers. Like the pace with which Jackson Jobe works. Gets right back in the saddle there and ready to deliver. That's going to be strike 3. Another strikeout for Jackson Jobe. Great job there. Off-speed pitch fooled Brian Byers. By my math, that's 4 strikeouts for Jackson Jobe, but don't quote me. Stepping in, Tyler DeLong, pitcher for the Panthers. Strike one. Good mix of righty and lefties for the Panthers here. Always helps to have that in your lineup. That ball's down for ball 1 to the Panther pitcher, DeLong. Just a little tardy there, and that's fouled off to the left side. Well out of play. 1-2 now the count to DeLong. Breaking ball hit into left field. Going to fall in for a single by DeLong. Good piece of hitting, just took that ball the other way. Didn't try to pull it. If he did, that'd have been a ground out to the shortstop. So good job by the Harrah pitcher, DeLong. Dumps that one into left field for the Panthers' second hit of the game. So 1 out and 1 on, as cleanup hitter Damon Foster will step in for the Panthers, their center fielder. If you go to Harrah tomorrow, expect to see a very nice place to play. Done a lot of renovations there the last few years, football stadium, and some work on the baseball field as well. Jackson Jobe pumps in strike 1 to the Panthers cleanup hitter. Runner goes. Mark comes up firing, and the ball just gets away from Landry Kai. Would have been a very close call. Good shot by Mark there. Count 1-1 now to Foster. That one fouled out of play as Foster stays alive. Good curveball there from Jobe. Foster stays alive. See what the coaches have in mind for this pitch. 1-2, everything in Jackson's favor here. Fastball hit in the air to center field. Max Hardberger has a beat on it, and he will fake going to third. Good shot by Max, drops it right on the glove of Nick Keith. Good job, Max. That will be the second out of the inning here. Pitcher Tyler DeLong remains in scoring position, but key being, of course, 2 down here in the top of the third inning. Again, Panthers leading 2-0. And in steps the big first baseman, Shea Morrison, from the left side. 2 down, 1 on. Strike 1 to Morrison. Another off-speed first pitch delivery by Jobe. Another curveball drops right in there. 0-2 quickly the count. For you golf fans out there, if that name rings a bell, Jobe, you are correct. Jackson's dad, Brant, is a plays on the Champions Tour today, but was a PGA player, still is, and obviously amazing golfer to be at that level. 3-pitch strikeout for Jackson Jobe to retire the side. Another strikeout. Great job by Jackson getting past the one single from the Panther pitcher. We'll stay right here at Stadium 11. Obviously, spring is a very busy time of the year. A lot of other sports going on for the Chargers. Charger soccer squads have had great success on the pitch so far. Girls are 6-1, bounced back from a tough overtime loss to Duncan with a 2-1 victory at Santa Fe South Friday. Boys dropped a 3-1 decision to the Saints and now sit at 4-3 overall. Both teams tackle tough Piedmont squads in district showdowns with big implications. Girls kick off at 5:30 and boys 7:30. Don't forget to tune in Monday, April 15th, when the teams return home to face the Eisenhower Eagles in a game broadcast on Charger Vision. As always, Heritage Hall Tennis is a juggernaut. The girls are looking for their 24th state title overall, while the boys are seeking their 6th straight and 21st overall. So with my guerrilla math, I believe that's 45 titles. That is unbelievable. Both squads swept McGinnis last week and have a great barometer on Thursday. We'll be having a great barometer Thursday when they compete at the 5A East-West Showdown at the Oklahoma City Tennis Center. Great place to play down there, and obviously the site of the state tournament. Back to action here at Stadium 11, bottom of the third, and in steps in freshman second baseman Gannon Allen for the Chargers. Strike one to Gannon. Gannon at 207, but playing at a pretty high level for a ninth grader. Strike two right on the corner. You know, to put in perspective, I mean, having coached these young men last year in middle school, it's just a little different seeing that pitching than what he saw in 8th grade. Of course, I'm being facetious. The difference is you can't begin to see the difference between 8th grade and varsity pitching. So a tribute to these young guys for getting on the field at that age. 0-2 the count to Gannon to lead off the bottom of the third. Attaboy, and he fouls it down the right side. Is going to, bending foul, lands harmlessly. So count remains 0-2. Way to fight it off there, Gannon. That curveball stays upstairs. Ball one. 1-2 the count now to Gannon Allen. That's right in there for strike three. Gannon knew it. A little off speed, sitting maybe fastball there.
That brings up right fielder, number 14, Range Faulkner.
So that brings us back to the top of the order. Junior right fielder Range Faulkner steps in. Struck out his first at bat. Always funny when it's illegal to have your batting gloves hanging out of your pocket when you're pitching. But didn't seem nobody to notice that except the pitcher himself. All right, Range. Let's get something started here. Big cut from Range for strike one. Out in front of that pitch there. That one fouled to the right side and out of play. 0-2 quickly to Range Faulkner. All right, Range, let's hang tough here with two. Need a base runner. That's upstairs. Good job laying off there. 1-2 now the count. That ball's down. Good 0-2 there. Excuse me, 1-2. Now the count 2-2. Hung that one a little bit. That's driven to left center. Harrah center fielder has a beat on it and hauls that in for out number two here in the bottom of the third. All right, senior Jake LaForce will step in, senior left fielder. That one's hit to the right side. Second baseman moves well. Nice play by the Panthers second baseman to retire the side. Nothing across for the Chargers here in the bottom of the third. No runs, no hits, no one left on. As we play 3 complete here at Stadium 11, the score remains Harrah 2, your Heritage Hall Chargers 0. We'll be right back with more baseball action.
Since 2014, our fans have been the backbone of the club. Fans keep supporting us on the field, in the community, and are the driving force of our success. Our fans create an exciting atmosphere that drives charisma, excellence, and passion. Energy fans, we thank you and welcome you to year number 5.
We're changing healthcare and our name. Now we are SSM Health St. Anthony. But who we are on the inside is still the same. A community of saints in action who have always been a part of SSM Health, making healthcare more accessible when and
Welcome back to Stadium 11. Top of the 4th. Pretty rapid game here, moving right along here. Both pitchers working fast and working effectively, really. I mean, 3 total hits in the ball game. Leading off the top of the 4th for the Panthers will be shortstop Garrett Ravine.
Now leading off the top of the 4th inning, number 22, Garrett Ravine.
First pitch foul to the right side, strike 1 to the Panther shortstop, Garrett Ravine. Curveball chop foul to Coach Seymour. Quickly 0-2 to number 22. Nice job, Mark Smith. 1-2 the count of the Panther shortstop. That hurt. Good job, Mark. If you've ever caught, you know how tough that position is. 2-2 the count. That slap to the right side. Just got a piece of it. Heads up to the lower school it goes. And out of play. Learn the hard way where to park, boys. Oh, Mark's taking a beating back there in this inning. Full count, 3-2 now. That's down and away for ball 4. Solid at bat there by Garrett Ravine. Coach Hansing takes a stroll to the mound to visit a little bit with Jackson. Leadoff walks are never ideal. hopefully we can overcome that here in the top of the fourth. As most of you know, Jordan Seymour in his first year as the head man for the Charger baseball program, as Coach Breck Draper leaves a great legacy, has gone on to coach at the college level. And Coach Seymour has been around the program, as you know, as the pitching coach, was elevated to the head coach when that decision was made by Breck to leave. Jordan, a good man, very conscientious about the student-athlete process here at Heritage Hall. Puts academics first. I've heard it. Especially have heard it when no one's when he didn't think anyone was listening. So our baseball program is in good hands with Jordan Seymour at the helm. Michael Hafferty in, catcher for the Panthers. After the leadoff walk by Ravine. No outs here in the top of the fourth. I'm sure Harrah would like to tack on a couple more. Just upstairs, and that's ball 2 to Halferty. That's right in there for strike 1. 2-1 now the count to the Panther catcher, Halferty. That's hit hard, but right at Max Hardberger as he makes the grab for out number 1. Harrah catcher retired. Gage Ravine now will step in for the Panthers, the DH today. It's right in there, strike 1 to the DH, Ravine. Really good pace by Jackson Jobe, like how fast he pitches. Throws that one right by him for strike 2. 0-2 the count for the Panther DH. Kids have been aggressive for Panthers to stay on the base paths. Mark Smith needs to stay alive. That one hit down the right side, in the air. Going to be in foul ground, but Range Faulkner's got a beat on it and makes the grab for out number 2. Nice play by Range, battling the sun there and staying with that one. Wisniewski will step in from the left side for the Panthers. 2 down for the Chargers here in the top of the 4th inning. Score has stayed 2-0 now for a couple of innings. We'd like it to stay that way till we come up to bat anyway. Snap throw over there. Very close. Good job, Bowen Bridges hanging tough right there. That's chopped foul for strike 1 to Wisniewski. Fouled back. 1-2 now the count to Wisniewski. As Jobe comes set, delivers, that's fouled away again. As Wisniewski hangs right in there, count remains 1-2. Down and in for ball 2. Mark Smith working hard back there today. 2-2 the count. Strike 3 for the 3rd out of the inning. As you might imagine, great awareness by Mark Smith there did not waste his arm and throw that down on the third out. So through 3.5, the score remains Harrah 2, Heritage Hall 0. Well, as we said, a lot going on in athletics here at Heritage Hall. The spring always a busy season. Charger track is off and running. You can catch up with them Thursday at the Chickasha meet with events starting at 9 a.m. Distance runner Daphne Matthews continues to rack up the medals while Billy Ross Jr. and the boys continue their sprint for more bling. Even though Coach Clifton and Sullivan's track team isn't big in numbers, it's huge on talent across the board. You know, I'll tell you, there's nothing I appreciate more than guys who can run fast, because I darn sure couldn't. And if you've never gotten a chance to watch Billy Ross run in the 100-meter race, get out there and do it. It's a special thing to see him run. And I'll tell you, my man Jaden McDaniel can run the 200 meters. I believe right now he has the 4th fastest time in all of Oklahoma. And it's not as if he's a football first guy. Shows the athletic versatility of Jaden, but he can really run and has got a great chance to bring home some hardware at the state meet here in another month. Summer at the Hall registration is now open, so don't miss your chance to enroll at heritagehall.com/summer. One that soccer faithful will be particularly interested in is the Challenger Sports British Soccer Camp from June 17 to 21. In addition to plenty more athletic camps, you'll find courses for upper school credit and a variety of engaging activities. Classes perfect for chargers of all ages. Visit heritagehall.com/summer for more information to sign up. Pitcher Jackson Job steps in the bottom of the 4th and looks at ball 1. Inside corner there for strike 1 to Job. Hung that one up, and Jackson hammered it to the gap in left center, but the center fielder, nice play, off on contact and hauled that in, made it look easy. That was hit hard, hardest hit ball of the day for the Chargers for sure by Jackson Joe, but it is out number 1. Nice play by the center fielder, Foster, for the Panthers. In steps the Charger cleanup hitter, catcher Mart Smith. Just missed inside. I would say the Panther faithful probably think we missed that one there as the guy behind the dish. 2-0 the count to Mart Smith. Good eye, Mart. Strike 1 to Mart Smith. Count goes to 2-1. Chop foul there to even the count at 2-2 now, with one down in the bottom of the 4th to the Charger cleanup hitter. That one all fouled to the left side, now to play. And off the roof it goes on the backside. Off-speed pitch that stayed up in the zone, but is going to be fouled harmlessly down the left field side. Interesting, at different levels of baseball, if it hits the dirt or hits anything on, as I say, TV ball in the majors, they throw that ball out. That one hit the fence, and Coach Seymour, attentively, being a good sportsman, said, hey, that hit the fence, let's check it, and we changed balls. Chop to the second baseman does Smith, and he's thrown out on the 4-3 putout. Mart hustling down that line. Wants no sympathy for being behind that dish. He's a hustler. So 2 down here in the bottom of the 4th. Senior center fielder Max Hardberger steps in. Let's go, Max. Let's start a 2-out rally here, big boy. Good pitch there. Off speed, way out in front is Max for strike 1. Just down and in for ball 1. Well, not surprisingly, it comes right back with that off speed. Count 1 and 2 to Max. And then the fastball, which he fouls back. Count remains 1 and 2. That one chopped to the shortstop. Max runs well. Better get rid of it. Just did get him. Really good hustle there by Max. But the Chargers are retired in order. No hits, no runs, nothing across for the Chargers here. And through 4 complete, the score remains Harrah Panthers 2, your Heritage Hall Chargers 0. We'll be right back to Stadium 11 with more baseball action. Welcome back to Stadium 11. Defensive changes for the Chargers this inning. Tommy Gear will be pitching. The defensive includes changes on the infield. Landry Kyle slide over to third base. Pitcher Jackson Jobe will step in his normal position of shortstop. And there's your changes. So we go 1 to 6. We go 6 to 5 and enter Gear in the game to pitch. Tommy Gear on the bump for the Chargers. One of the, Thomas is a great example of the well-rounded student athlete at Heritage Hall. He's an excellent singing voice. He's a huge part of our dramatics program, of the choral program, and obviously a varsity level pitcher. He even led an assembly today for our school. Good young man, Thomas Gear on the mound. 86 grad Rick Stevenson in the house. Been on the bump a few times himself. The stick in the house. Maybe you can bring us some luck here, Rick. Help us get some runs on the board next half inning. Tommy Gear pumps it right in there, strike 1. To the Panther leadoff, Gavin Ravine. That's strike 2 right in there. 0-2 the count to the Panther second baseman. Good 0-2 pitch there by Tommy. 1-2 now the count. Fouled back as Ravine stays alive. Count remains 1-2. Up and in there to even the count at 2-2. Be harder to work any faster than Jackson Jobe, so not to say Tommy's working slowly at all, but a little bit slower than Jackson Jobe, who was catching it, getting out of his mitt, and throwing it, which you got to appreciate. but still Tommy at a really good pace here. Fouled off again by Ravine. Good leadoff hitter for the Panthers. Gotta love it. Foul tipped into the glove of Mark Smith. Great start for Thomas. He strikes out his first batter in the leadoff, Gavin Ravine, so couldn't have a better start. Brian Byers, third baseman, will step in with an RBI single today for the Panthers. That's hit hard to right field. It's twisting foul and going to be out of play. Good hustle by Range Faulkner there. But strike one nonetheless to Byers. Thomas in true bullpen fashion, going from the stretch. That's cue-balled foul. 0-2 the count now. Coach on that one for the Panthers. All right, Tommy, 0-2 the count. Let's set him down. Atta baby. Upstairs, swinging and missing for the next second strikeout for Thomas Gear and his many batters. In step the pitcher, Tyler DeLong for the Panthers. Having a great day on the mound, giving up just one hit and no runs. Strike one. I'll tell you what, there's nothing better. Thomas Gear, all three batters, first pitch strike. It's a great way to start for Tommy Gunn. Just off the edge, I guess, there. Count 1-1 now. Yeah, I pull out my euchre stuff. Rick Stevenson's going to help me. Beautiful. Took something off of that one. Swing and a miss there from the pitcher DeLong. Count 1-2. 2 outs here in the top of the fifth. Go ahead and throw it is what they're going to tell him on that off speed. Guided that one a little bit. Misses inside and gets to the backstop for ball 2. That one turned on, hit to right field. Range Faulkner has a beat on it and makes the grab for out number 3. What a great job by Thomas Gear there, retiring the side in order. No runs, no hits, no errors. The score remains Harrah 2, Heritage Hall 0. We'll stay right here at field 11. Charger debate team has had a great showing at the Oklahoma 6A State Debate Championship this past weekend. Sophomore team of Sam Ring and Jasmine Lee finished prelims undefeated as the number 2 seed before losing in the quarterfinals. The junior team of Seth Salim and Alex Wynn also finished prelims undefeated and lost in the semifinals to eventual champion senior team from Jenks High School. So we compete in the largest class in debate, like we do in most things. We up a class or two, and Charger debate team's been strong since the school's been around, and these young people are no exception. Golf, like tennis here at Heritage Hall, has been strong for the duration, almost our entirety of our 50-year existence. The quest for a three-peat deepens, as you should check out what golf is doing. They've dominated a string of major tournaments, PC North, Ada, Mustang, and are likely to win at Kingfisher today. I haven't talked with Coach Bogert, but that's a good bet. Freshman Matthew Smith shot a 67. Senior leader William McDonald, 68, Elliott Horton, 71, Ben Shawnette, 73, and Blake Miller, 82, for an amazing score of 275. On the JV circuit, Hardy Bowers and Matthew McClintock each shot 71. Now, I'll tell you something, from coaching golf a lot of years in the high school level, when you got your 6 and 7 men for a tournament shooting 71, you've got some serious competition. There's lots of varsity teams who don't have anybody that shoots 71, and we have 2 young men that on that day played JV. Doesn't mean they always will. Michael McLaughlin didn't play last year, a basketball starter for our program, shot a 74. Up next is that we'll head to Ardmore to play beautiful Dornick Hills on April 15th after today at Kingfisher. So the golf team is rolling. As a side note, William McDonald did set the course record at Lincoln West the other day with a 63, and it was breezy, and that is a heck of a score. If you've ever played Lincoln West, which I have a lot, 63, I'm never going to approach that in my life, but 63, yeah, Rick Stevenson said he shot 63 on 9 holes. So I've come closer to that than shooting 63 for 18. So an amazing round, and they played it down, didn't touch the golf ball. So great round by William, and he found out later that day, as good a day as you can have, that he was also named to the All-State West basketball team. Well-deserved honor for William. Quickly 3-0 the count to Landry Kyle here. We need base runners, fellas. I would imagine he'll be looking at this one no matter what with the score 2-0. And he does, is pumps one right in there for strike 1. Count 3-1 now to Landry Kyle. All right, your pitch here, Landry, got to be good. Looks at strike 2. Good job by DeLong coming right back to get the count full at 3-2. Slap to the third base side. One of the better plays of the day by Coach Seymour there, and flips it right back to the pitcher. A little something awkward there for Landry on that swing. I imagine he'll shake that off and try to stay in the at-bat, obviously. Give him a second here. 3-2 now the count to Landry Kyle, who is now playing third base. Off speed, good at bat there. We'll see what, if we do possibly with a foot problem have a pinch runner. Probably not. Landry runs really well, but I didn't know what if he hurt himself at all on that awkward strike a minute ago. He will stay in the game. Bowen Bridges, our first baseman, steps in after the leadoff walk to Kyle. He squares the bunt, as you might imagine, and it's bunted foul. Strike 1 to Bowen Bridges. Bowen, for Heritage Hall, is a unique thing that he does, is he shows cows all over the country. And talk to him a lot about it. It's a fun thing he does, and it takes a lot of hard work. Snap throw over to first. Kyle back safely. That's right. Ball stayed up. 1-1 the count to Bowen Bridges. He squares again to sacrifice, and tough one to handle there, and it's fouled out of play. So we'll see what Coach Seymour has in mind here with 2 strikes. Obviously the bunt a little more risky at that stage. One and 2 the count to Charger first baseman Bowen Bridges. Conservative lead by Kyle at first. He went ahead and lays it down. Got to love it. Great job, He's out. It was the right call. He was out. Great job, Bowen Bridges with the sacrifice, laying it down with 2 strikes. Coach Copeland has a question that whether or not that ball might have hit Bowen in the box when he bunted it off his foot. And you're not going to get that changed here at this level with 2 umpires and no replay. he's saying the ball, he may have a case, it's probably irrelevant, that it might have hit his foot because he's saying the path of it changed when it hit his foot. The reason you might ask, well, what's the difference? He was out anyway. If they had called what Coach wanted for Harrah, it would have been killed at dead ball, and we would not have advanced the runner to second, was the point of his contention. So a successful sacrifice by Bridges. Way to go, Bowen. Davis Duncan steps in as the DH with Landry Kyle in scoring position and 1 out. Foul tipped into the glove. Strike 1. Right on it there is Davis. Let's go, Chargers. Let's get something across here. I don't think we'll see another bunt, but you never know. 1 out. It's right in there on the curveball for strike 2 to Davis Duncan. Tough with 2 here, Davis. Strike 3. Looking. Good pitch there from DeLong. As Davis strikes out for the second out of the inning, bringing up freshman second baseman Gannon Allen. Stepping in with a chance to push one across for the Chargers. Let's go, Gannon. Off-speed pitch offered at. Rolled to the third baseman, who makes the nice 5-3 putout to end the inning. So 1 left for the Chargers, no runs, no hits. The score remains Harrah 2, Heritage Hall nothing, through 5 complete. We'll be back to Stadium 11 for 6th inning action here at Heritage Hall.
When you walk into Fuzzy's Taco Shop, you'll know you're in the right place. With the best Baja-style menu in town, we'll have the whole family addicted. Order up. Nachos, tacos, burritos, it doesn't matter. It's like an explosion of flavor in your mouth. We know you've had a long day, and you deserve a break. So, bring the crew to one of the Fuzzy's Taco Shop locations in Norman, Oklahoma City, or Stillwater. Welcome to your new addiction. Eat.
The world's finest automobiles, featured at Oklahoma City's finest dealership, Mercedes-Benz of Oklahoma City. During the grand opening event, lease a new 2018 Mercedes-Benz GLC 300 SUV for $459 a month. Mercedes-Benz luxury in a new location. It's the grandest of openings.
Hi, I'm Todd Bondy, operating partner at Mercedes-Benz of Oklahoma City, and I'd like to personally invite you to the grand opening of our brand new state-of-the-art facility in Edmond off the Broadway extension.
Welcome back to Stadium 11.
Leading off for Harrah, number 12, Damon Foster.
Top of the 6th here. Cleanup hitter Damon Foster steps in for the Panthers versus Tommy Gare. Just misses down and away for ball 1. 2-0 your score. No score since the first inning. Two balls now the count to the Panthers center fielder and cleanup hitter. Made a couple of nice grabs out in center field today, has Foster. Nice easy motion by Thomas, pumps that in there for strike 1 to count 2-1 now to Foster. That one slapped into right field. Range is running. It's going to drop right in front of him. Just a bleeder to right field, but no one had a chance at that one. So Foster leads off the 6th with the 3rd hit for the Panthers of the day. And in will step the big first baseman for the Panthers, Shea Morrison. I could see them wanting to move along here with no outs. See what Morrison does and the Panthers have in mind. No bunt. A little confusion there on who was going to go for it, and it rolls to right field for the second hit of the inning. Mart Smith not pleased with that play. Well, it's inevitable, guys. You know, you've got a sophomore at first base, not played a lot of first base, and you have a freshman at second base. And, you know, there's no better way to learn it from coaching 100 years myself. There's no better way a kid can learn from a mistake he makes as opposed to you telling him. Those kids will remember that a lot better than they would in practice if coach says, hey, do this or that. It helps as us as old coaches tell them, but there's no better way to remember what just happened when it happens in a game to you. So great lessons learned, and these kids are the right guys to be out there. You just got to let baseball present something different to you every day. So Garrett Ravine steps in with no outs and 2 on for the Panthers here in the top of the 6th. As he does square to bunt and looks at strike 1. Nice pitch there by Thomas right on the corner to the right-handed hitting Ravine. Strike 1. See if he squares again. Gear steps off. We'll restart the pitch here. Obviously from the stretch. Bunt coverage is on. Oh, we'll take it. Hey, strike 2. From being back there a lot of innings, you're not going to get them all. Yep, and hey, the good thing about umpiring is 50% of the time, somebody likes you. See, that's the glass half full, Rick. They like you, but I just left out the part that 50% always dislike you when you're back behind there. But hey, that comes with the territory. It's a fun thing to do, actually, if you're kind of a sicko. 0-2 the count. Strikeout would be good here. That's fouled out of play. Yes, and out of play it goes. Your count remains 0-2. To the count. I'm thinking not bunt now. As he hits it hard into right center field, Max has a beat on it, makes a nice grab and fires it right back on the fly to Jackson Jobe. Nice play, Max Hardberger in center field. Big first out of the inning there. How about the old 6-4-3 here, and let's go bat. Get out of this thing. Got the catcher batting, Halferty. Good double play candidate. So first and second, 1 down for the Panthers here, top of the 6th inning. Just upstairs for ball 1 to the Panther catcher. It's right in there for strike 1. Deliberate by Gear, but effective so far. Done a good job. Quick pitch right there. Tommy needs to be careful. Make sure to come set there. You'd hate to move the runners to second and third. That's down and away for ball 3. 3-1 now the count to Halferty, the Panther catcher. Good hit and run opportunity. I don't know how aggressive the Panthers want to be here, but hitters count. Ball 4 to Halferty. That'll load him up. We will have a courtesy runner for the Panthers. Jaden Pennington will step in to courtesy run for the Panther catcher. Action in the bullpen out beyond the, left of the left field fence for the Chargers. I didn't quite see who's going to warm up, but Thomas will remain in the game. Got one down and the bases loaded. Hey, nobody hurt here. Let's go a comebacker 1-2-3 right here and go hit. The wind has died, and we have the ideal evening to play some baseball. Bases loaded for the Panthers and one down. That away, Tommy pumps it right in there to Gage Ravine for strike 1, the Panther DH. Strike 2 to Ravine. Nothing too fine here, Tommy. Attaboy. Just what the doctor ordered there. 3-pitch strikeout to Ravine by Gare. Changes everything here with 2 down. Step on the bag your way and let's go. 2 out and the bases loaded for Wisniewski, the Panther right fielder. Right in there, strike 1, Thomas Gare. Throwing a lot of strikes. Comes set. Fouled back quickly, 0-2 to Wisniewski. Staying ready here, Chargers. Ball gets away from Mark. Doggone it. Just off the webbing there, high pitch from Thomas. The count's 1-2, but unfortunately, the runners all move up 90 feet, and one pushes across to make the score now 3-0 Harrah. I promise you, Mart Smith thinks he should have had that, but that was a tough one, no doubt about it. Doggone it. That one also gets to the backstop, and another run pushes across. Tough to take there. Chargers have played very well today to have that happen. Meeting at the mound here. Well, unfortunate there. The Panthers didn't have to work real hard to to produce 2 runs in a game where they've been scarce. After a visit with the infielders from Coach Hansen. 2-2 the count to Wisniewski. And a runner on third. Doggone it. That's too bad to pitch that well in that inning and unfortunately have 2 runs get pushed across. So the score through 5.5, Harrah now 4, Heritage Hall 0. We'll stay right here. One of our big sponsors that continues to support Charger Vision is Fields and Futures. If you know about Fields and Futures, you know what a great organization that is. Check them out at fieldsandfutures.com to find out how they're empowering coaches and kids to be something bigger than themselves. Fields and Futures, one field, one coach, one student at a time. I know from being over there every day, if you haven't checked out the Charger Corner lately on Campus Store to get the latest gear, all the profits go directly to teachers, classrooms, and programs like Charger Vision. Hours have been extended to 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. on school days. Get your Charger pride on. I'll tell you, they have Academy and Dix have nothing on our Charger store. It is some great gear in there, and obviously it supports a great cause, our Charger faculty and school. So if you have a chance to get by the Charger Corner underneath the stairs in the upper school, go see it. They've got Under Armour, Nike, shorts, hoodies, all sizes. Okay, not out of this by any stretch, fellas. 4-0 Panthers as we get into the bottom of the 6th and get to the top of the order with Range Faulkner. Swing and a miss, 0-1 to Faulkner. That's cue balled foul to the right side. Quickly 0-2 now to Range. Swing and a miss. Tough day at the plate for Range. And come back tomorrow and have a better one. One down here in the bottom of the 6th as the Charger left fielder Jake LaForce steps in. Traditional from his left side. Just down, ball 1 to Jake LaForce. 6th inning action. Game's moved right along today. That's down in the dirt for ball 2. 2-0 to Jake LaForce. Hanging tough there's Jake. Fouls that one out of play to stay alive. Missed upstairs. 3-1 now, the count to LaForce. That's hit hard through the right side for a base hit. Just what the doctor ordered there. Senior Jake LaForce shedding some life into this game for the Chargers. So 1 on and 1 out. The heart of the order coming up. 3-hole Jackson Job, shortstop, will step in with 1 out. Good job, Jake LaForce. Hit it hard through the gap on the right side. It's lifted to center field, short center field, and corralled there by Foster to retire Jackson Job. So 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th with 1 on. Base hit by Jake LaForce as Mark Smith, the cleanup hitter, steps in. Here we go, Mark. Snap throw back to first. LaForce easily back safe. There goes Jake LaForce. And he is out of there for the 3rd out of the inning. I'm not sure if they had control of the ball on the tag. Call was made. On those calls on the field, especially on an out, you want to be very deliberate before you make that call. But the call was made, I'm not sure. It looked correct to me. The ball certainly beat Jake there. So that retires the side. Through 6 complete, the score now 4-0. Harrah will be back for frame number 7 after these messages.
It's truck trading time at Joe Cooper Ford. That means you can trade the keys to your old truck for the keys to a new F-150, lower your monthly payment, and make no payment for 90 days. You can do that? Yes, you can. Joe outsells other Ford dealers by 2 to 1 because he always has the lowest prices. And in fact, Joe guarantees to beat any other Ford dealer's price by at least $500, or he'll give you $10,000 cash. And with 3 locations, Joe has 3 times the selection to choose from. Who loves you, Oklahoma?
Come see us at Joe Cooper Ford.
Welcome back to Stadium 11 here at Heritage Hall, where we get into the 7th inning here. Score Harrah Panthers 4, Heritage Hall Chargers 0. Tommy Gear remains in the game on the hill. So top of the 7th inning. Top of the order for the Panthers. Gavin Ravine steps in, looks at strike 1. Swing and a miss there. 1 and 2 the count. Thomas Gare's been very effective. I don't know how those were scored, wild pitch or pass balls, doesn't matter, but 2 pitches really marred a really good outing for Thomas. That's strike 3 right down the middle. Nice job. Great start for Thomas here in the top of the 7th. 1 down. The 2-hole third baseman, Brian Byers, steps in for the Panthers. That's chopped foul. Nice short hop by the Harrah coach, and back to the pitcher it goes. That's hit hard to the shortstop. Joe picks it up, throws a bullet to retire Byers. Nice play, Jackson Job, behind second base almost on that play. 2 down here. Like we said, an efficient outing from Thomas Garrett. Just a little unfortunate on those two runs that were pushed across. Balls that got back to the backstop. Pitcher DeLong steps in, and that one's behind the pitcher for ball 1. Good pitch there, fouled out of play, 1-1 the count to DeLong. Right in there. Oh my mistake. Ball 2, 2-1 the count. Tommy working hard out there. 2-2 now. Pumps that right in there. Strike 2. The count to pitcher DeLong, who's had a great day on the mound. Mart it's hard for me to see where Mart's setting up, but he obviously is setting up outside because that hit him right in the middle of his mitt. He never moved. That's hit hard. Oh, goodness, over the outstretched glove of Max Hardberger, as that's going to be underneath the fence for a ground rule double. Quite frankly, fortunate that that happened, as that would have been easily a triple and probably an inside the park home run, as well as DeLong runs. But easy rule interpretation there, under the fence, ground rule double. So 2 on and 1 on, or excuse me, 2 out and 1 on for the Panthers, as cleanup hitter Damon Foster steps in, the center fielder. Good effort there by Max Hardberger. That ball was hit on a line. Good off-speed offering there for strike 1 to Foster. Nice, 0-2 quickly for Gare. Just off the corner, good strike, good 0-2 pitch there. Count now 1-2 to Foster. Just inside there, evens the count at 2-2 to the Panther center fielder. Fisted him there off the handle, corralled by Gare. Nice play there to stay calm, pick the ball up, and make the play for the 3rd out of the inning. Good job, Thomas Gare, right there. No damage done, 1 left. Through 6.5, the score remains Harrah 4, Heritage Hall 0. Last chance for the Chargers. We'll stay right here at Stadium 11. You know, one of our great sponsors, Stanley's Graduation Services, offers Jostens products and conveniently located in Edmond. For all your high school graduation needs, class rings, letter jackets, announcements, and championship rings, which we do order a few of those around here. Celebrating moments that matter, Stanley's Graduation Services. Matt Stanley, great guy, really does a good job in that regard. That's a hard-working business. You're traveling a lot and hitting a lot of schools all over the state, and Matt's established in that business for several years and does a great job. We would also like to thank sponsor Joe Cooper Ford for their support. Visit their Edmond, Yukon, Shawnee, or Tulsa showroom, or check them out online at joecooperford.com to find your new ride. Joe Cooper Ford, home of the $10,000 deal. Charger Vision is fueled by the continued sponsorship of RS Fuel Convenience Store, Make a pit stop on the south side of Memorial between Portland and May. High-performance fuel for your car and for you. Shout out to another amazing sponsor, Energy FC Soccer. Kick it with the city's best soccer team. Single game and season tickets are available at 235-KICK or online at energyfc.com. I tell you, if you haven't been out to if you don't attend that stuff or whatever, if you can get out to Taft Stadium, if you haven't seen Taft Stadium in a few years, you're in for a treat. The renovations there made that a beautiful place to attend anything. We usually have a game there against John Marshall or someone on our schedule in football, but that is the home of the Energy, and it's high. It's great action. Those guys are professional athletes in every regard, and it is fast, powerful action. I don't know a ton about soccer myself, but I've been to a couple games, and I've really enjoyed watching the Energy. So if you get the chance, head out to Taft at 23rd and May and check out the OKC Energy. Last chance for the Chargers. Bottom of the 7th here. Cleanup hitter Mart Smith. Let's get on base, Mart. Start this thing. Nice curveball there to start him off. 0-1 the count to the Charger cleanup hitter Mart Smith. Swing and a miss there at another off-speed offering. Quickly 0-2 to Mart. Outside for ball 1, 1-2 the count. Need base runners here. Can't hit a 4 grand slam with nobody on. There's ball 2, way upstairs. Down in the dirt there. Full count here to Mart Smith. Ball 4. So what we need is a base runner. We're going to see Colby Lewis run or somebody run, I bet you. That is Colby. Going to come in and courtesy run for Mart Smith. That doesn't matter how. We just needed a base runner. Good at bat there by Mart. The speedy Colby Lewis will be courtesy running here in the bottom of the 7th with no outs. Max Hardberger, senior, just what you want coming up here. Good spot for you, Max. Let's go. Strike 1. Change up. Good pitch there. That's chopped up the middle. 4, 6. Thrown to the fence. And Max will make it to second base. So nice play by the second baseman on the flip. Shortstop threw it away, which allowed Max to advance to second base. So 1 out. And we do have a runner in scoring position, Max Hardberger. With 1 down, like I say, put it in play, maybe good things happen. Landry Kyle, Charger third baseman, stepping in with 1 on and 1 out here in the bottom of the 7th. That's upstairs for ball 1. Good job by the catcher Halferty there. Prevent that one from going to the backstop. 2-0 the count to Landry Kyle with 1 down here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Maybe a little bit of tiring by DeLong. We'll see. I'm sure the Panthers are watching very, very closely here. Good pitch there. 2-1 the count, a swing and a miss there by Kyle. Long comes set. Another swing and a miss. Reached back a little bit on that one, did Long. Good gas right there. Just outside, brings the count full to Landry Kyle. Again, base runners are what we need here in the 7th. Like the fight in the Chargers here. Keep this one going. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. 2 down here in the bottom of the 7th. First baseman Bowen Bridges steps in for the Chargers. Let's keep this game going, Bowen. 2 down here in the bottom of the 7th, 4-0 Harrah. Right in there, strike 1 to Bowen. Curveball stays upstairs for ball 1. Swing and a miss. 1-2 the count to Bowen Bridges. Clinging to life here in the bottom of the 7th. Base runner Bowen. That's popped up. First base side and out of play. Hanging in there is Bowen Bridges. Count remains 1-2 to the Charger first baseman. One, two, the count here. Foul tip. Good job by Bowen, hanging right there. Long comes set. And that's it. Actually, when the runner makes that motion to the dugout, he's out. So, Harrah Panthers get a big 4-0 district win here. But, like we said at the outset of the telecast, they will play the second game tomorrow at Harrah. Beautiful thing about baseball, you don't have to wait long to play. So tough one for the Chargers today. Harrah Panthers get the 4-0 win. Tyler DeLong pitched very well for the Panthers, gets the shutout. We'll be right back for the wrap-up from Stadium 11 here on the campus of Heritage Hall.
When you walk into Fuzzy's Taco Shop, you'll know you're in the right place.
Okay, we're back to Stadium 11, where Harrah Panthers have just defeated the Heritage Hall Chargers 4-0 in a big district matchup, and these guys will play again tomorrow, as is the scheduling for these district games. And this is a, hey, let's come back tomorrow and get one. Our Charger player of the game, we're still going to have a Texadelphia player of the game, and it's going to be Jackson Jobe. Pitched very well, made easily the best defensive play of the game. Not a lot of offense to talk about for the Chargers, but Jackson pitched effectively, gave up one earned run, that is, and one unearned, and pitched well. He's a good player. This is a young team that's going to continue to improve. And, they took the walk down to left field, and Coach Seymour's going to visit with them and just say, hey, like I said, less than 24 hours they'll be playing again. So baseball's great. You don't have to wait long to get a loss, the taste of a loss out of your mouth, and I'm sure they're going to do that. Winning program here has been for a long time, and these guys will be back strong tomorrow at Harrah. 5 o'clock start tomorrow at Harrah. JV young boys are getting ready to go after it versus the JV Panthers. If you're in the area and might know one of those young men, come check them out and give them some support. Beautiful day for some baseball. Unfortunately, the Chargers take a 4-0 loss to the 19-2 Harrah Panthers. I think they're ranked 1 or 2 in the class, so no disgrace there. But we're at the point. Our program is in great shape, and it's a good program. We're not into moral victories, and I know Coach Seymour's not, but showed some fight there in the 7th inning, and I know we'll be back tomorrow at Harrah to try to split this series with the district-leading Panthers. From Stadium 11, for Luke Steelman and the Charger Vision crew, this is Steve Chard, and thank you for joining us here, and we'll see you next Monday for Charger Vision, our next Charger Vision telecast. From Stadium 11, thank you very much and have a great evening.